So let's move on to our next bit of healing, and what you'll notice is she actually has a little bit of a sunburn right here on both arms. So let's go ahead and fix that. So how will we do that? Now, I guess more inexperienced retouchers will try something like the patch tool, or the healing brush or whatever else, but ultimately that's a fairly destructive process really to fix what is nothing more than a color issue. We don't have any texture problems here. As you can see, the texture below this patch is perfect. So we want to actually keep that, and a good way to actually fix it is to use what we just learned. So let's go ahead and select our layer, and let's actually see what the difference is between the tones here and the tones here. So with our color picker, let's click right here next to the actual red patch, and we can see here we are in terms of hue, saturation, luminosity. When we click on this, it's much more red, and it's much more saturated, and it's a little bit darker. So we're going to take the same process to fix this, but we're going to do something beforehand that's going to make it a little bit easier for us. So we're going to grab the lasso tool. You just hit L, and that will grab it for you. And we're just going to make a quick, rough selection around this. So more or less something like that. And we can change this later, so don't worry about being perfect here. Next thing you're going to do is hit the Q key. That's going to take you into quick mask mode, and this basically allows us to take our selection and change it as a mask. So we'll then go into Filter, Blur, Gaussian Blur, and we're going to blur this out. So we're essentially feathering our selection now. So something around 8.5 should be good. So now we've got a nice feathered selection around there. Hit Q again, and we're going to go into hue saturation again. So let's go ahead and pick our hue saturation adjustment. And now we're going to shift our hue. So basically we want it less red. So let's go to +4 again. Saturation, we don't want it more saturated, we want it less saturated. So let's just desaturate that a bit. And then let's brighten it a bit. And lo and behold, there you go. All we need to do is just shift these sliders. We've preserved all the skin texture that was there, and that fixes our problem. Now, if it seems like certain areas have too much adjustment, like maybe down here at the bottom, it's perhaps a bit too much, we just go into our mask, grab a brush, make it black, and then let's say we go to something like a 5% flow rate. We can just go down the bottom here. Let's just, again, see where that is, and then just kind of paint out the effect a little bit in areas where you don't think it should be there. So something like that there. And as you can see, that is how you can fix a multitude of problems. There's actually a way you can do that with curves that I'll show you as well. But for now, I think that will serve you in a lot of different cases. Whenever you have tan lines or burns, that's a very good way to fix those problems.